Okay, thank you very much. This is the June 15th meeting of the Town of Babylon Planning Board. We have a public hearing regarding a site plan review and gasoline service station and convenience store. Matthew, do you want to read into the record the statement regarding public participation or the lack thereof?
Sure. Tonight we will be having a public hearing utilizing Zoom video conferencing application. We will have the applicant joining us to present their application to the board and answer any questions. Following the presentation, we will individually call upon members of the public who have registered to speak regarding this application. Individuals will be admitted from the waiting room to the meeting to voice their comments. For the record, there are no members of the public registered to speak on this application. The hearing is also being live streamed on the town's YouTube channel. At the end of the evening, the public hearing will be closed. The record for this matter shall be held open for a minimum of 7 days. As long as the record is open, any member of the public who did not register to participate in tonight's Zoom meeting can provide comments on the application by mail or regular mail. This mail can be directed either to Town of Babylon Planning Board, 200 East Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, New York, 11757, or to the email address planningcomments@townofbabylon.com. If you have any questions or require additional information, you can call the planning department at 631-957-3103.
All right, thank you very much. Denise, why don't you start the agenda item?
First, I'll read the planning board statement. The planning board shall have the right to rely on any information that is presented by the applicant. If any such information is later found to be inaccurate or incorrect, the planning board may determine that any approvals, building permits, or other actions previously granted in connection with the application are null and void. The first item on the agenda is public hearing, site plan review, gasoline service station, convenience store, job number 18-29AN, Dixon Gas Corp., proposing to renovate and convert an existing gasoline service station and public garage to 1,687 square foot convenience store and erect a 2,600 square foot new canopy and 4 new pump islands along with associated site improvements.
Okay, who's here to speak on behalf of the...
Name is Louis Capasso. I am the attorney for the applicant, and I will be doing the presentation. So tonight's application regards a parcel at 198 Dixon Avenue. It's a 0.45 acre parcel. It's zoned G industry. The 2 adjoining parcels are also zoned G. The property has a garage service station that's still operating. And quite frankly...
Can I interrupt you for one moment?
Yes.
Before we get into the details? You was issued by the planning commissioner dated 11 with a series of conditions and covenants of restrictions. Do you have any questions, comments, or objections to any of the items included in this memorandum?
The only question I have is relating to the operational hours. My client would like to have the...
Which item is that? Item 20? Regarding, I'm looking at construction. I take that back. That is not... That would be covenant regarding item... Is it item 15 under the covenants and restrictions?
20, Mr. Chairman.
Pardon me?
It is number 20, I believe, under conditions.
No,
I'm sorry.
Construction.
That was construction.
Okay.
It is 15, correct.
15? Are those the conditions that you're bringing to our attention?
I have to find out. What's the date of that memo?
The date of the memo is the 11th of May.
March.
I'm sorry, March. I apologize. March. March 11th. It reads that truck deliveries are entry onto the site for the purpose of truck deliveries between the hours of 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday, and Sunday from 9 p.m. to 8 a.m.
Yeah, we're fine with that.
Okay, you are fine with that.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. So is there anything else? So you have no objections, questions regarding any of the other conditions and covenants and restrictions. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, thank you very much. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so the existing property is a blight to the neighborhood. And what my client is proposing is to completely renovate the entire site and bring it to current standards. We have worked closely with the planning department, as you can see, with all the revisions, and we believe we have have addressed all of their issues. I don't know if the board's going to have any issues, but it's a good project. It's something that we believe that would benefit the neighborhood. In fact, it will create 5 full-time jobs at the location. We will have to go in front of the zoning board for for some relief from the zoning board. There's really no other gas stations in the immediate area. There's one that's just within the 2,000 feet, but that's on the north side of Sunrise Highway. It's almost 2,000 feet away. And if you look at it, my client is proposing to do a convenience store with a deli. They also will be applying for a small addition, which will be within the, it's on the northwest corner of the building, within the roof line, to put a small 27 square foot, 26.4 utility. We've agreed to take down the ugly chimney that's non-functioning there. We work closely with the placement of the HVAC units so that the noise won't impact the residential units that parcels across on Bay Avenue. There'll be the canopy be 2,600 square feet. There'll be 4 pumps. We also incorporated in the plan a 10 by 30 loading zone to facilitate the deliveries to the premise with the least impact to the operation of the service station. Extensive landscaping, and it's going to be a good site to look at. It'll have the high quality building materials. As I said, we've taken into account and incorporated the planning department's comments and suggestions as to what the town would want to see in this project.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
If you have any
questions,
be happy to answer them.
Let me ask the board, are there any members of the board that would like to, that has a question or would like to raise a point? No? Jerry, did you look at the facade? Jerry O'Neill? Are you there, Jerry? Is Jerry O'Neill there?
Jerry looks like he's muted. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Jerry, I wanted to ask you, because you have a eye for this thing, did you have a chance to look at the side, the facade and the some of the architectural
Well, yeah,
features?
thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm familiar with the site. I visit Home Depot several times a week, so I go right past it. And I'm happy to see some kind of a change coming to it. I was just hoping in the presentation that we could have seen some more of the elevations, color elevations, and a little more detail of what the building was going to look like. I saw some kind of sketchy black and whites.
No, we submitted color elevations.
You have those?
Yeah. Do you know that's in the full package, Lou?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, they were emailed to Brian before.
Okay. Let me see if I can pull that up. There's a lot of pages in this set, so just give me a moment to scroll through.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's a very busy intersection. I think, honestly, it's a great site for this kind of a facility. There's not a lot of residential around it, but the ones that are there should be treated to something that looks a whole lot nicer than what they're looking at right now. Have anything, Matt?
Yep, just bear with me. I'm just looking in a secondary location for them.
Okay.
All right, we'll wait.
Yeah. Honestly, there's only a couple of residential sites that are impacted from this. On the northwest corner, there are a couple of houses, some multifamily houses as they go up Bayview Avenue. The rest surrounding it, north, south, east, is all industrial. But that should still look nice.
Okay, give me one sec here.
We'll wait.
Okay, can you guys see that?
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Go.
Okay. That's a nice improvement.
Did you get the second one come up as well, or no?
Yes.
Still the original. They're in multiple windows, so just let me
Okay.
another angle.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Matt. That's good. I personally have a feel for what's going to happen there, and it is a huge improvement from what's there now. I know that you folks are going to have competition from several of the newer facilities on Sunrise Highway, Bola, and the other mart there in.
Okay.
You good?
I'm sorry, Jerry, did you have anything else?
No,
Everybody back.
honestly, I mean, I think, thank you. Those were a pretty good view of what they plan on doing there. And like I said, it's a vast improvement. And with the competition that they're going to have from some of the bigger stations that we approved on Sunrise Highway. I think they're going to have to do something nice if they're going to succeed. So looking forward to it.
My clients are planning to, you know, they're aware of the surroundings, and it's going to be top shelf.
Good.
Oh. Thank you. Are there any other questions?
I just have one quick one.
Michael?
Yes, condition number 22. There's an awful lot written about the signage. Should proposed signage conflict with approved site plan? Why would that be the case? And that's an awful lot written about signage. I don't normally recall that we have that much written about it. Is there any reason to suspect that there would be a conflict there?
I'm sorry, what's the question?
Condition number 22, regarding the site signage.
Yes.
Should proposed signage conflict with approved site plan, the Commissioner of the Planning Department reserves the right to require the applicant to file for a site plan modification. I don't remember us ever having that much discussion about site signage. Maybe I'm just forgetting something here, but is there any reason to think that there would be? I don't think so. We took the comments from Lyro and incorporated in the site plan. Okay.
Matthew, is there anything that?
Yes, condition number 22 is a standard site signage condition. It's not stating that anything is in conflict on this particular site plan. It's just a condition as, you know, a warning just to state that, you know, the site signage can't be in conflict with any of the site features. Sometimes with people going to the ZBA afterwards for a site plan or for a sign approval, they might try and place a sign in a conflicting position with, say, a parking stall. So it's just a standard condition to avoid any such occurrence.
Okay. And Matt, what is the relief that the applicant is seeking from the zoning board?
I'm sorry, was that for me or for Mr. Capassa?
Well, it could be so, Mr. Capassa.
Sure, I have it in front of me.
Sure.
The first one is off-street parking. The code requires 9. We have 8, so we'd be seeking 1. I mean, because we originally had the 9, but the planning department would rather us give up that spot to have the loading zone.
Okay.
Okay. The driveway line, it's the code requires 10 foot. The property line, we have 7 and 8 foot. We have the prohibition that the requirement that a gas station be on the Route 110 or Route 27. That one gas station that's on Sunrise Highway, the Valero that's on Bayview, is just within the 2,000 feet. The other one would be the code requires a minimum of 10 foot of landscaping on roadway. We have 3 feet 2 inches on Dixon and 5.4 on Bayview. And the code states that the maximum square footage for the convenience store is 1,500. This is 1,657. 800 max for retail. This is 859.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Do any of the board members have any questions?
Yes, I do.
Julianne?
To the applicant, can you please explain where the car wash part of this business is going to be?
Excuse me?
The car wash portion of the business? CNR number 17 makes reference the car wash hours of operation are from sunrise to sunset.
Right. We're not applying for a car wash. I think that's a standard covenant restrictions, Matt.
Yeah, we could circle back. That might be mistakenly carried over from another gas station application. It applies to a gas station car wash, so we can double check that with the planning department.
All right. The applicant has no intention of having a car wash there, especially given the tight, the size of the site.
Yes.
All right. Anybody else have a question? No.
No, just a comment, Mr. Chairman. This application has one request for a secondary use, no more. Just the C-store, and Mr. Capasso went over the dimensional relief that they need from the zoning board. There is no car wash or any other used car sales or anything else. It's the service station and the C-store, period.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Matt, what do we want? We want to keep this record open until?
Yes, I believe revisions were recently submitted to the planning department on June 11th, and we recommend extending the record until June 29th, 2020.
Okay. Could I have a motion to extend the record to June 29th? Julianne, would you make that? Okay, good. Second, Jerry?
Second.
Okay. Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The record is extended. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you, everybody.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay. Just going to move our applicants back into the waiting room. Okay, we're all set.
Okay.
So item B is work session for job number 1951B, Calvert Inc. We would have to close the record on page 5.
Okay. Move to, that is, where are we? Okay, that's from January 27th, correct?
Yes.
All right, so that's January 27th, item number 1, job 1951B, 67 Calvert Inc. Could I have a motion to close the record? Let's see, Dan, motion?
Motion.
Michael?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. The record.
Frank is frozen in time, drinking a drink. Look at him. How long can he sip on whatever he's sipping?
Okay.
So now we have to go to C, the neg deck resolution for 1951B, 67 Calvert Inc.
All right, so we need a motion for a negative declaration for that item. Frank, motion?
He's drinking.
Frank, are you with me? No? Okay. Let's see. Who's here? Ed, would you make that motion?
Ed's
Hello?
muted.
Muted? All righty. Jerry, would you make that motion?
Yeah, happy to make a
Motion.
Who was that? Who was that? Ed?
That was Ed.
Ed, second by Jerry. All in favor? Item 3 is approved.
Now we're on item D, resolution for subdivision for job number 19-51B, 67 Calvert Inc.
All right, questions? Okay, Frank, are you with us? Frank? Motion by Dan.
Motion.
Second by Ed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Job 1, item 1 is approved. Okay.
Minutes from June 8th, 2020.
Yes, I read them thoroughly. They were very accurate. Everything regarding the animal shelter, regarding the additional drainage structures, the SWIP project, everything was there. There weren't any abstentions last week. Everything was perfect.
Okay, motion by Michael,
Yes.
second by Julianne.
Second.
Well, now we can see Frank.
Pat?
I think I got Frank back.
Yeah, and you lost Pat?
Now we'll go
Okay.
to page 4.
We're back in or not?
You're good.
Public hearing date, August 12th, 2019. Planning Board job number 1856 AE, Santiago and Ingrid Taveras.
Matthew, what is the status?
We're still awaiting a town board decision on the change of zone. We recommend extending the record until July 13th, 2020.
Okay. Frank, are you with us?
Can you hear me now?
Motion
Can you
by,
hear me now?
okay, motion by Frank to extend the record. Second by, let's see, who's there? Dan?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We're going to page 5, public hearing date, January 6, 2020, job number 19-36 AGE, Farmingdale Hospitality Partners, LLC.
Matthew?
This application just had their town board public hearing for their change of zone on June 10th. The record was left open at the town board level until June 30th. We also do require some revisions from the applicant on their site plan. We recommend extending the record until July 13th, 2020.
All right, thank you. The motion by Julianne to extend the record.
Motion to extend.
Second by Jerry.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And that's all the business on our reserved calendar for tonight.
Is there any other business? Is there anything that Matthew, you, Richard, to grow, anybody would like to?
Just that we have 2 public hearings on the calendar for next week.
All right, and what are those applications?
I believe one is a minor subdivision in Copeg, located on the corner of Hawkins and I'm going to forget the cross street off the top of my head, but it's on Hawkins. And the other one is a change of zone application for a property on Merritt Avenue in Wyandanch. The property is currently zoned e-business. They would like to rezone it to C residence in order to construct one single family home.
Very good. Is there anything else anyone would like to bring to our attention? No? All right. I believe we need a motion to adjourn. Julianne?
Motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:37 p.m.
7:37 p.m. Okay, second by Jerry.
Yes, sir.
Jerry?
Yes.
Aye. The meeting is. Thank you very much.